In the annals of spiritual history, two figures stand out as beacons of wisdom and compassion: Jesus of Nazareth and Siddhartha Gautama, known as the Buddha. Though they emerged in different times and cultures, their teachings have transcended geographical boundaries and continue to influence millions around the globe. To understand their impact, it is essential to explore their philosophies, teachings, and the legacies they left behind. Jesus, born into a Jewish family in the region of Galilee during the 1st century, lived a life marked by profound spiritual insight and radical teachings. His message centered around love, compassion, and forgiveness. He preached the importance of loving one's neighbor as oneself and emphasized the need for humility and service to others. The Sermon on the Mount encapsulates much of his moral philosophy, presenting ideals such as turning the other cheek, loving one's enemies, and the Beatitudes, which bless the meek, the merciful, and the pure in heart. Jesus' approach to spirituality was deeply relational. He sought to connect individuals with God and with one another, urging followers to cultivate a personal relationship with the divine. In contrast, the Buddha, born into privilege as a prince in the 5th century BCE in what is now Nepal, experienced a profound transformation upon encountering the realities of suffering, old age, and death. This led him to renounce his royal life in search of enlightenment. The core of his teachings revolves around the Four Noble Truths, which diagnose the human condition as characterized by suffering, dukkha, and prescribe a path to liberation through the Eightfold Path. This path emphasizes ethical conduct, mental discipline, and wisdom, providing a practical framework for individuals seeking to overcome suffering and attain nirvana, the ultimate state of liberation and peace. While both figures addressed the theme of suffering, their approaches diverged significantly. Jesus viewed suffering through the lens of a loving God who empathizes with human pain and offers salvation through faith. His crucifixion and resurrection are central to Christian belief, symbolizing the triumph over sin and death and offering hope for eternal life. In Jesus' teachings, the concept of grace plays a crucial role. It is through faith and divine grace that individuals can find redemption. Conversely, the Buddha's perspective on suffering is rooted in the understanding that it is an inherent part of existence. His teachings do not rely on the intervention of a divine being for salvation, but rather emphasize personal responsibility and the transformative power of mindfulness and ethical living. The Buddha's path is one of self-discovery, encouraging individuals to look within themselves to find the causes of their suffering and to cultivate the wisdom necessary to overcome it. Both Jesus and the Buddha offered radical social critiques of their times. Jesus challenged the religious authorities and societal norms, advocating for the marginalized and emphasizing the importance of inner purity over ritualistic observance. His parables often highlighted the inversion of societal values, promoting the idea that the last shall be first and the poor in spirit are blessed. This revolutionary spirit resonated with those who felt oppressed or excluded, and his movement grew rapidly, leading to a new understanding of community centered around love and acceptance. Similarly, the Buddha critiqued the rigid caste system and the rituals of the Brahmin priests, advocating for a path open to all, regardless of social status. His emphasis on compassion extended not only to humans, but also to all sentient beings, laying the groundwork for a moral framework that values interconnectedness and non-harm. The monastic communities he established were inclusive, allowing individuals from various backgrounds to pursue spiritual awakening together. The legacies of Jesus and the Buddha have evolved over the centuries, shaping spiritual beliefs and practices in profound ways. Christianity, which emerged from Jesus' teachings, became a dominant religious force in the Western world. Its doctrines influenced art, culture, and ethics, while the figure of Jesus became a symbol of love and sacrifice. The concept of the Trinity, the sacraments, and the emphasis on faith and grace became foundational to Christian theology. Buddhism, on the other hand, spread throughout Asia, adapting to various cultures and giving rise to diverse schools of thought. From Theravada, Buddhism in Southeast Asia, to Mahayana, Buddhism in East Asia, Each tradition interprets the Buddha's teachings in unique ways. The emphasis on meditation, mindfulness, and compassion has influenced not only religious practices, but also contemporary psychology and wellness movements, highlighting the relevance of Buddhist principles in modern life. Despite their differences, Jesus and the Buddha share common ground in their emphasis on compassion, ethical living, and the transformative potential of spiritual practice. Both figures inspire individuals to transcend their limitations and cultivate a deeper understanding of themselves and their relationships with others. Their teachings encourage followers to embody the values of kindness, humility, and selflessness, fostering a sense of community and interconnectedness. In contemporary times, the dialogue between Christianity and Buddhism has gained momentum, with many seeking to integrate the teachings of both figures into their spiritual lives. Interfaith initiatives and comparative studies have highlighted the universal themes present in their philosophies, such as compassion, peace, and the quest for meaning. This blending of traditions reflects a growing recognition that, despite their distinct origins, the teachings of Jesus and the Buddha converge in their ultimate goal, the alleviation of suffering and the attainment of a deeper understanding of existence. The impact of Jesus and the Buddha on spiritual beliefs throughout history cannot be overstated. Their teachings continue to resonate, offering guidance and inspiration to those navigating the complexities of life. In a world often marked by division and strife, the messages of love, compassion, and understanding remain as relevant as ever, inviting individuals to embark on their own journeys of spiritual awakening. Through the lens of their teachings, we are reminded that the path to enlightenment, whether through faith or self-discovery, ultimately leads us back to the heart of what it means to be human.